The rise and fall of the world's most iconic football player and legend, Pelé. What happens when a barefoot boy from Brazil kicks a sock full of newspapers, and the world listens? How does a shoeshine kid with mango skin footballs become the only man to win 3 World Cups? Why did the Brazilian government declare him a national treasure? And what secrets did his glittering career hide behind the goals and glory? This isn't just a story, it's a cinematic journey through the life of Pelé, the Black Pearl, the king of football, the man who juggled dreams and danced past destiny. From the dusty streets of Três Corações to the roaring stadiums of Mexico, from heartbreaks to hip surgeries, from political reforms to popcorn endorsements, this is the full saga. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll ask, why did Pelé cry after the 1958 World Cup? What led to his failed TV network and rocky marriages? How did he change global football laws, and why did they fall short? What did Pelé regret most before his final whistle? And most importantly, what does greatness really cost? Before we dive into the story of the legendary Pelé, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tales of legendary defiance and unforgettable courage. Born on October 23, 1940, in Três Corações, a sleepy town in Minas Gerais, Brazil, Edson Arantes de Nascimento was the son of Dondinho, a semi-pro footballer whose career was tragically cut short by a knee injury, and Dona Celeste, a devout, iron-willed woman who ran the household like a general with a rosary. They were poor, so poor Pelé didn't own a football. So what did he do? He made one. He stuffed socks with newspaper, tied them with string, and sometimes used mango skins when socks weren't available. That's not just improvisation, that's innovation. I didn't have shoes, he once said, but I had a ball, even if I had to make it myself. The family moved to Bauru, São Paulo, where Pelé worked odd jobs, shining shoes, selling peanuts, and running errands. His education was modest, but his football IQ, off the charts. He could read the game like a chess master and move like a dancer. Enter Waldemar de Brito, a former Brazilian international who spotted Pelé playing for Bauru Athletic Club Juniors. Waldemar didn't just see talent, he saw destiny. In 1956, he took Pelé to Santos FC, telling the club, "This boy will be the greatest footballer in the world." Pelé signed with Santos FC in June 1956. Just 3 months later, he scored in his debut against Corinthians. By 1957, he was called up to the Brazilian national team, a teenager among titans. Then came the 1958 World Cup in Sweden. Pelé was just 17, the youngest player in the tournament. He missed the first 2 games due to injury, but when he returned, he exploded. He scored a hat-trick in the semi-final against France and 2 goals in the final against Sweden. Brazil won 5-2. Pelé cried, not because he was overwhelmed, but because he had carried the hopes of a nation on his skinny shoulders and delivered. The world cheered because they had just witnessed the birth of a phenomenon. A boy had become a king. After 1958, European clubs lined up with blank checks. Real Madrid, Juventus, Inter Milan, they all wanted him. But the Brazilian government stepped in, declaring Pelé a national treasure. It was a legal move to prevent him from leaving the country. Why? Because Pelé wasn't just a footballer. He was Brazil's brand, its pride, its poetic justice. He became known as O Rei, the King, and Pérola Negra, Black Pearl. His face was on stamps, his name in lullabies, and his goals in every child's imagination. Pelé won 3 World Cups, 1958, 1962, and 1970, a feat no one else has matched. In 1962, he scored in Brazil's opening match but was injured in the second game. Brazil still won thanks to Garrincha, but Pelé played only 2 matches. In 1966, in England, Pelé was brutally fouled by defenders who treated him like a piñata. Brazil exited in the group stage. Pelé, disillusioned, vowed never to play another World Cup. But destiny had other plans. In 1970, Pelé returned for one final World Cup in Mexico. Brazil's squad was a dream team: Tostão, Jairzinho, Rivellino, and Carlos Alberto. Pelé scored 4 goals, including a header in the final against Italy and a legendary assist to Carlos Alberto. He earned the Golden Ball and led Brazil to a 4-1 victory. "I told myself," Pelé said, "this is my last World Cup. I want to leave as a champion." And he did, like a monarch stepping down with fireworks in the sky. In 1966, Pelé married Rosemary dos Reis Cholbi, a quiet, elegant woman who had known him since his early days at Santos. Their wedding was modest, but the spotlight was anything but. Pelé was already a global icon, and their union was Brazil's version of royalty. They had 3 children, including Edson Edinho Cholbi Nascimento, who followed his father into football, but not quite into glory. Edinho played as a goalkeeper for Santos, but later faced legal troubles, including a conviction in a money laundering case linked to drug trafficking. Pelé stood by him, saying, "He's my son. I love him. I believe in justice." The marriage, however, couldn't withstand the pressure of fame, travel, and Pelé's growing list of extramarital affairs. By 1982, the couple divorced. Pelé admitted later, "I was young, famous, and foolish. I made mistakes." In 1994, Pelé married Asiria Seixas Lemos, a gospel singer and psychologist. It was a quieter chapter away from the media frenzy. They had twins, Joshua and Celeste, born in 1996. Pelé seemed more grounded, more reflective. But fame has long legs and a short memory. The marriage ended in 2008, reportedly due to Pelé's frequent absences and the strain of public life. Asiria once said, "He was a legend to the world, but I needed a husband at home." In 2016, Pelé married Marcia Sibeli Aoki, a Japanese-Brazilian entrepreneur he had met at a New York party in the 1980s. They reconnected years later in São Paulo. Marcia was private, poised, and fiercely protective of Pelé's health and dignity. She stood by him during his final years, through hospital stays and public tributes. Their marriage was his most peaceful. No tabloid drama, just quiet companionship. Pelé fathered 7 children, some from extramarital relationships. He once confessed, "I made mistakes, I'm not perfect, but I always tried to be honest with my family." That honesty, though painful, became part of his legacy. After retiring in 1977, Pelé joined the New York Cosmos, bringing samba to Yankee turf. He helped popularize soccer in the U.S., playing alongside legends like Franz Beckenbauer and Giorgio Chinaglia. His farewell match in 1977 was attended by 75,000 fans, including Muhammad Ali. He starred in the film Escape to Victory, 1981, alongside Sylvester Stallone and Michael Caine, where he played a POW who scores a bicycle kick goal. He launched a clothing line, endorsed coffee, credit cards, soft drinks, and even shampoo. Pelé was everywhere, on billboards, in commercials, and in hearts. But not all ventures scored. His TV network failed, plagued by poor management and lack of viewership. Some endorsement deals soured due to overexposure and brand fatigue. Pelé was a legend, but not a businessman. From 1995 to 1998, Pelé served as Brazil's Minister of Sports under President Fernando Henrique Cardoso. He pushed for transparency, especially in football's murky finances. His crowning achievement was the Pelé Law, which aimed to protect young athletes from exploitation and give them more control over their careers. But enforcement was weak. Clubs resisted. Agents found loopholes. Pelé's vision was noble, but the system was stubborn. Still, he remained a respected voice in sports governance. In his later years, Pelé battled hip problems, kidney issues, and colon cancer. He underwent multiple surgeries, used a walker, and made fewer public appearances. Yet he remained Brazil's eternal flame, smiling, waving, and inspiring. He died on December 29, 2022 in São Paulo, aged 82. His coffin was carried through Santos Stadium, where it all began. Fans lined the streets. Presidents sent condolences. Players wept. Poets wrote verses. Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tales of legendary defiance and unforgettable courage. Next up, Diego Maradona.